figure out how to position this thing so it's out of the way of my head. Maybe I can just put it that way. Got to turn the back computer on here. Hey, that's a cool image right there. Great Scott, I got 7%. How you doing, Anthony? Oh, what a day, what a day. Let me get this plugged in so my battery doesn't die. How you doing, Bruce? Hey, do you know where my big, large, white multi-plug is? Great Scott. Man, if I don't find this plug.
It's not.
I wonder if I left it in the car. I just don't understand where it could have gone. But for now I can use this. It'll at least keep it on. May not charge it, but what did I do with my plug? You know, it is strong enough to power that. One of my Nest Cam plugs. Baby, would you stop torturing her?
No, she's trying to get me.
Well, yeah, look, you're trying to beat her up. Our big Nest Cam plug would work for this, but I seem to have lost. This one will work, but I seem to have lost my cord to it. Oh well, they'll just have to charge at a very slow rate. I need it to charge fast though. Alright, somehow I gotta flip this over, so let me just close out. Log back into it. I spent a few hours redrawing this and then realized that I didn't draw it with my glasses on, and so there's a couple of things that I missed. It's for a customer request, so I'm going to put my bifocals on. Can you guys see better now? You gotta look at this over here. You certainly don't want to print this with all these jagged little lines in here. That I guess it's either when I rendered this or when I rendered it the first time, I rendered it in such a low resolution that I guess I wasn't paying attention and it just came out plain like crap. And I'm like, man, I spent all that time drawing this just for a customer, and then I was like, damn it. Now I got to go back in and do it all again. Hey, I hope you guys are going to watch today's episode, number 2, Confessions of a Former Flat Earther. It's going to be good. A lot of you are reaching out to me every day, letting me know that the things that I share, the videos that I share, the things that I talk about are causing you to jump sides, and I'm so happy. Because, as always, we should all be thankful kind of for where we've walked in life, because it's taught us so much, but we want to be on the side of reason and truth. And that's why I think this next episode of Confessions of a Flat Earther, former Flat Earther, is going to be a fun one. I'm going to talk about the horizon. The horizon, because few of us truly understand the horizon. And that's even if we've been a Flat Earther for a while. We really don't understand what we're all talking about until we see an option for us to think about, because beyond, there's more than just the information we were told and sold. So I think that this episode's going to be really good. Once I get done with all of my work here and a few other things that I got to finish, I'll go ahead and do that episode, and I know you all will like it. Some of you will get very pissed off that I'm going to reveal certain things, but you know what? I don't care anymore. I'm just on a mission following where I see or think the truth is. And I don't think that we as truthers need to tell lies to people to sell our model to them. Because what should be the easiest explanation is not what we're getting in the Flat Earth community. We're getting just a very basic rundown story of magic, and I'm going to show you guys that. So this came from a request from a friend of mine that asked me if I could print a normal Carpenters logo, a normal Carpenter band logo, and so I went ahead and said, man, what do you think about this? Hacked something up really quick, and he laughed and said, okay, I like it. So I like the Carpenter. I like the Carpenters band. Last night we had such a frenzy, I locked my keys in the car. So now I got to have AAA come out and open the car up. I can't believe I did this in such a low resolution. I should have looked at what I was doing, because I didn't save my artwork. Stupid me. I should have saved my progression and didn't. I do that a lot. I forget to save my progression. If you're doing artwork and you're hand drawing artwork, you definitely want to save your progression, or else you're going to have to do what I'm doing and go back over it again. And that means time wasted, because this should have already been printed and drawn in under an hour. Getting a lot of flack from my former colleagues. Even still, my alarm on my device that you're looking through is going off, because the amount of messages I'm getting from former flat earthers and former flat earthers too, but Yeah, the amount of messages I'm getting from flat earthers is hateful, disgusting. Half the time I don't know if they're trolls. I'm going to start blocking people or not. I'm thinking about just not taking any critique from anybody who's in the flat earth community that's never, like if you haven't held a banner up or you haven't gone out into public and tried to flat earth people and change their minds, man, you have absolutely no business saying the things that you guys say to me, or really, you can treat a person however you want, but you know what, if you're not an activist at all, man, you're just an armchair quarterback, and there's 2,000 of you that just are lurking like trolls. But if somebody's not an activist about what they believe and what they think is real, you've got no standing to critique a person that's been an activist, because these guys, the activists, are pretty much the driving fuel of any, and the driving force of any kind of movement. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to look on people's walls, and if I don't see any type of flat earth activism, and you critique me or tell me something that is hateful, as the most of you guys are doing, I'm just going to straight out block your asses. I don't need it, don't need the hassle. Unless somebody is a real flat earth activist, then I'll be like, okay, you know what, I'll take some consideration into what you're saying, and I'll go ahead and dismantle your arguments. Because I think that for the most part, there's only a few group of people that are willing enough to admit that they've been lied to twice. The rest of them are seriously motivated by something, and I can't really figure out, why they're motivated. I mean, it's like the guy Roger Anderson. Has Roger Anderson ever taken a flat earth banner out in public? Has Roger Anderson ever once gone flat earthing with a group of people? Has he ever done it by himself? But these, what I call armchair quarterbacks or keyboard commando warriors, can start so much shit, and yet they've never done a day of activism in their life. So, it goes to show you how many people come after me and they've never done a day of public activism. You can be a badass on Facebook and hide behind a fake name or a fake persona, but you should not have the audacity to come out and try to critique flat earth activists who put their asses on the line. And who cares if we admit that we're wrong, right? Why should that be any reason or any concern to flat earthers? And especially me. Why should it be a concern, for me? How you doing, Craig? All these people that are pissed off at me, these flat earthers, well, why is it a concern for them to be pissed off at me? The hundreds of people that have been pissed off at me recently, did Roger Anderson ever support us? No. Did Roger Anderson ever get any flat earth merchandise from us? No. Did he ever share our videos out at Harvard? I don't think so. But, these guys can talk so much shit, and yet they still can't prove their model. So, confessions of a former flat earther are coming up soon today. And thus, to this point, we concavers have yet to be refuted. So, especially in live debates or something, the basic thing that we're getting is people, telling us, hey, join the debate with only your cell phone, no background, sharing, no screen sharing, no we don't want you having access to better information than we do. We like to keep telling our same bullshit stories. And so that's how they treat us. We don't want you to have access to desktop sharing. So it kind of limits the debate. Just like that's what Nathan Thompson did. That's what Clark Bernard did. Thankfully, Joey did not try anything like that. But, I honestly think after, listening to Clark Bernard, I actually think that Joey Rocha could defeat Clark Bernard in a flat earth debate. Who can explain the flat earth better? But I think people just want to be able to talk to each other about this subject and, not be screamed at, belittled. Hell, I went through that with, Brendan Daly. He couldn't attack our message, so all he could do was attack the messenger with a bunch of bullshit lies. Because they realize, man, their days are numbered. So now the ones that they're hanging on to are what's called the remnant of the real non-thinking flat earthers. Most of the thinking flat earthers have already bailed. They've already left. They're no longer part of the flat earth community. They've seen through the veil twice. And I guarantee you one thing is that people are looking every single day into this discussion because they've realized there's so many things that Flat Earth cannot answer. And when Flat Earth does answer so many things, it's absolutely incorrect. And now many people are now realizing that Eric Dubé was never as bright as everybody thought he was. And that's a really interesting time we're in, because the flat earth has hit a plateau. There's nowhere else for them to go. There's no new information that's going to come out. They've plateaued, man. That's it. That's what, even for me, I plateaued in flat earth like 3.5 years ago in new information or knowledge or anything else. I kind of hit a wall, if you will. That's exactly what I did. I hit a wall. It's like there's nothing else to learn at all. And I think that's what happens for many flat earthers, man. They're just going to hit that plateau and just say, that's it, man. I've kind of maximized everything I can do in flat earth. Now I'll just be preaching to the choir. But that's not happening, man. Flat earthers are exiting the community. It's the largest exodus I've seen since, the movement began. This is the largest exodus happening. And people are just going to have to admit that they were wrong. So today's video is going to be good. Stay tuned for it. Keep tuned in to the channel. Watch my wall. I'm also going to try to re-upload the debate we had with Joey. Be kind of cool if there was one sort of transparent They Lived Zombies logo that I could use on everything, that'd be very cool. But each and every time I've done this They Live print of some sort, I always have to go back and redraw the damn thing. Just kind of wish there was a way that I could get something and just have it easily manipulating capabilities, but there's not. Everyone's got to be redrawn, everything, all the time. I would have had this done last night, but I saved it to such a low resolution that I didn't realize what I did until this morning. I get ready to go print it, and I'm like, damn, it's printed too low resolution. I saved it, and then I couldn't go backwards, to save it at a high definition. It's what I have to do a lot of times, especially with a lot of business logos, is I have to just go back and draw the whole damn thing again. And because I use this program here, it doesn't create a real vector, because I don't need a vector. I print in direct-to-garment printing, and it's very simple. I print what I see. Therefore, I don't need a vector. I would have already been printing this live had I not saved it at such a low resolution. My mistake. Somebody just asked me, why don't I change the Gaussian blur and fix my jagged lines? Well, I've tried that, but the way that I create this is using Adobe Sketch. It's a hand-drawn application. So it kind of makes it a little difficult when you try to throw it into Photoshop and fix the Gaussian blurs. It just doesn't work right. Hi, Cindy. Hey, Joe's Patrick. How you doing, Stuart? My friend in Arabic, I will never be able to pronounce your name unless I take Arabic courses. Hello, Thomas Kelly. ALYX. Ferris, how you doing? Tracy. Bruce Bynum. Anthony, how you doing, brother? Out there in New York. Hi, Cindy, darling. Hey, Cindy, this is kind of funny. So I'm working on a Carpenters They Live, in case you're wondering what I'm doing. Just having some fun with this logo here. Making it print ready. Hi Alistar, how you doing? Marek, how you doing? Let you guys take a look at the celestial sphere that flat earthers cannot explain on their own model, why we see star trails rotating in opposite directions. Flat earthers up till now, including myself formerly, have failed the masses by being able to explain this, and so they use trickery and con artistry to try to explain this phenomenon, because the flat earth model cannot support this. They cannot support that. They cannot support the counterclockwise star trails at the top, and they cannot explain the rotating star trails on the southern hemisphere. They want to tell you they can using, just stupid semantics, but they get them nowhere. Especially if they're getting their information from Eric Dubois. Eric Dubois, lying to the masses to make as much money as he can, and I guess that's all right. But people like to be lied to, so they enjoy it. They enjoy their cartoonery over common sense. And it just sucks that I did not save this file I was working on. It's pretty cool that I can watch this all day long. Alistar, I'm doing great. I suppose. A lot better than what I was a few weeks ago. I think it does too, Tiffany. How you doing? Haven't seen you in a while because I've been blocked off this channel. And yeah, it makes a lot of sense because you're using the most simple approach. Like Rob Ringrose yesterday told me that flat earth is a more simple approach than this, and I'm like, are you kidding me? How does being more simple how does being more simple have anything to do in the flat earth? It's actually the flat earth is the most complicated explanation of star trails that there are. So that's why people come out with these stupid ass books with their AE maps on the book, And then they want to try to tell us that, you know, their model, which doesn't include the southern star trails except a stupid photo, or, you know, this is what it looks like, and they show us an Eric Dubé map. Golly, you know, I just can't believe I fell for that nonsense, man. The whole time, you know, I continually think to myself, I'm above being conned. There's no way I could be conned. Doesn't make any sense. And then what happens? I got conned into the flat earth movement in 2014. Well, there was no movement then. But I like to show people this. See if this is a good LED light to get going. I need an LED light. An LED light's a natural light that'll get going. Right over here, if you can see that celestial sphere. I'll get it going here in just a second. Yeah, we have to wake up, man. That's really, truly part of it. Where would I have LED lights? I know that I do have them. I've seen LED lights somewhere in my collection of lights. It's weird, our apartment complex came in and changed all of our lights and then made it to where our lights suck. Kind of a light. LED. Yeah, I think this light will work a lot better than what I was using. This is just a standard bulb. I hope it's not hot right now. We'll play this one more time. And then I promise I have a goodie coming for you all today. Some lights just don't work very well. Natural light works the best. But in my apartment complex, I really don't have a good, a good light source. See, once we put this directly in front of the light over here, it starts to work. What do you think of that? So what I tell people is, if their model doesn't have this, which is our celestial sphere, it's what we see with the star trails. You've got Polaris up here, the Big Dipper, and then right under here, you can get a look at the opposite star trails, which is pretty cool. Here you can see them going clockwise. And this thing right here, just certainly, there is no model, this model here, and I used to love this model so much, but there's a problem, big huge problem on this model. The star trails are never going to work on that thing. The maps are wrong. Again, you look right up here. Counterclockwise. If you're at the equator, you'd see this right here. All the stars would make just one continual line under here. everything moves correctly. It just kind of blows my mind. That's what we see, everybody. This is what the flat earthers cannot reproduce. This is what, so everybody asks me, Ernest, you know, what was it that made you change? Well, I tried explaining star trails for a year. I couldn't even explain them when I was out at universities, but, you know, neither could the college students. The college students, they can't explain the star trails accurately because their heaven is continually growing and moving in all directions, and so they're refuted by the star trails themselves. So when you see over here, hi Tracy, how you doing? When you see back here, I call this game over, you know, and of course the flat earthers will continue to mock us, like Rob Ringrose. He was mocking me and saying, you know, Ernest, you know, hello. I think he's also a Bible believer. Well, in his model, which is a fake firmament, you know, if he's a Bible believer, how do the heavens on the flat earth that has a magical dome that nobody can tell us where it is or where it's at or how far it is above? Flat earthers can't agree if there's a dome. They can't even agree on the ice wall. They don't even agree upon which model they're on. But, you know, this cannot happen on their model, man. This refutes flat earthers. Because it's what we see naturally in the sky. Everybody on the northern or southern hemisphere sees the star trails. That's the Milky Way right there. The Great Divide turns night into day, attracts things. There's the opposite directions. Sorry, flat earthers, you're wrong. You don't have a model. You don't have a working model of the heavens. You only have things that don't make sense. That's all I had. That's all I had to work with for 5 years. But, you know, I guess somehow I made it through without ever getting refuted. I could just watch this all day because I think it's so very cool. I think it's the easiest model to understand. What's easier to understand? Is it easier that there's a big ball spinning in the sky above us, like what we see here? Or is it, you know, is it Eric Dubé's model or what's his name? Yeah, Tiffany, anytime you want to come out. The family would love to hang out with you. So what's easier to believe? Is it easier to believe this model here? Or is it easier to believe like the Mark Hollander model or what's his name? The Dubé model or the Dave Marsh? Let's watch this guy's version. And see what's easier to believe. Eric Dubé, you're so yesterday, dude. You're so done. You are toast, brother. Toast. Anybody with a working mind today is going to blow and refute the theories that you bring up. Literally. Because we live on the inside of the concave earth. That's what we live on. This is what's happening in our sky. Well, I have a job, Joe Snyder. I run a print company. What the hell do you do? So let's go see. That's back over here, and then we'll see Dubé's foolishness. He starts off using photos of a star trail on a concave earth. And then he tries to make the star trails become something that's applicable to the flat earth when, you know, that's complete nonsense. I mean, look, he wants you to believe you live on that stupid ass model right here. This model right here is so broken, people. And so this is, you know, if this were the dome above us, then the dome would be crashing into the dirt. You know, it would just crash into the dirt. You know, how's it even possible? Look at this. You know, it's so funny that he knows the earth is concave. There's no doubt in my mind that he knows the earth is concave. There's no doubt in my mind that Mark Sargent knows that the earth is concave. There's no doubt in my mind that Robbie Davidson knows that the earth is concave. Let me show you why I think this. Robbie Davidson is putting this right in front of your faces. And so are all the so-called flat earth heroes. What the hell do you call this? People are going to say, oh man, that's the logo for Flat Earth IC, right? Hello. It's right there, man. Concave earth. They know it's concave. They know it is. They know it is. All these guys right here, man, are telling you lies. Every single one of them are telling you lies. These guys are all lying their asses off, especially this guy here. These guys are all lying, man. Why? Why are they lying? Because they want to gatekeep the truth. They want to gatekeep the truth. Look, man, what they're really trying to tell you over here. Concave earth. Not the flat earth I see. They're showing you right to your face, man. These guys and people that control movements and whatever, right? They love to drop hints right in front of your face. They love to do it. That's what they do. I don't know. It looks like concave earth to me. I call a duck a duck. I call a duck, a chicken, whatever. It's definitely, they're letting you know. Letting you absolute know. So we just have to keep going on with our levels of truth as we know they exist. Oh, my pen. Okay, there you go. I got to stay focused, otherwise I'll get off and start talking about the differences of the concave earth versus flat earth, and I'm going to do that today, but Confessions of a Former Flat Earther. If you've been in flat Earth longer than 3 years, man, you've been there way too long. Way too long. You're going to do like I did, hang out for 5 years until you prove to yourself that you can go no further. And that's when you'll bail. You'll bail and you say, man, I've been lied to. All these guys are lying. Some are just trying to, go out and share what they think is real. That's kind of cool. But I'm going to start going through flat earth activism videos of activists out there, and then I'm going to dismantle their arguments. Like, when we were having the discussion with Joey Rocha, and he starts telling us that the Bedford level proves the Earth is flat. And I'm like, well, gee, that's a pretty damn stretch, isn't it? But I used to say it too. No, the Bedford level doesn't prove the Earth is flat. The Bedford level just shows that there's no convexity in water. But they did not check for concavity. And if they would have checked for concavity, they would have found concavity in the water. I got to get on the horn here and call AAA Auto. Not get distracted. You guys want a good tidbit of truth or something? As soon as I get done, I'll go ahead and start anew. Thanks, Kelly Russell. Appreciate that. The trolls are coming after me. I don't know where all these flat earth trolls are coming from. I've never seen so many flat earth trolls in my whole existence as a flat earther. It's like, man, my own community sent the flat earth trolls after me. Just getting this done here, and then we're going to print this. Chinadu, how you doing, brother? Haven't talked to you in a while. almost done with this, and then I'll be ready to print it. I do my graphics so backwards, most people will, you know, they could have probably easily drew this in Photoshop, but I don't really ever go that way. Like I said, I use Adobe Sketch and Procreate just because I like to draw more than I do computer edit, which, hey man, computer editing is probably a lot faster. There are no good images of this online to turn into a usable vector, so you know, you just got to redraw it. It's part of the beast of the nature of this game. This hand drawing is the way to go into an iPad, and then once you draw it into an iPad, man, you can use your art anywhere. Alright, so now we're just ending on a few little places here that I got to tighten up. Alright, a couple of more places and I think this will be ready to go. I'm going to wave at my old friend Shinadu. He's probably really mad at me now that I'm not a flat earther anymore. It's like, why? How could you betray us? You betrayed us. You bought a different model, therefore you are a shill, they say. You are a paid, you know, you're getting paid. Well, who's paying me? Because I still haven't figured this out, you know. When I was flat earthing, I was a shill and being paid for, and obviously once I bought a different model, or you know, gave a different model credence, man, I hope that helicopter doesn't set our alarm off. My keys are locked in the car, which means everybody would hear the alarm for a couple of hours. Man, I cannot believe that I saved this incorrectly. But at least this part's not taking me as long as the original drawing did, because that took me like 2 hours. I think we are done here. There's a couple little places I want to edit. And I'm done with the zombies. I can work on the letters. I can't believe I got to do that again, man. Shoot. telling you, I think that helicopter man is going to definitely. Hi, baby. Not sure if I just made that error or not. I like this case that I printed because I can turn it. You know, it's very cool to turn. So when you're drawing, hey baby, we got to call AAA. Just a reminder, okay? I don't want to be. I was talking to Kelly. What's up, Brian? Give me a call, man. I want to talk to you. Now what I need to do is go ahead and save this real quick so that I don't lose the file. Whoops, cannot use that right there. I got to stay on my guidelines here. See that? I went off my guidelines. If you go off your guidelines, you're definitely going to alter this image. Go ahead and close this out just so that I can save it. Man, I'm at 5% battery. My battery is in my wife's car. My charger. I really need it. We don't want to use that. What level am I at on my pencil? An 8. I can use a 9. But I'll use the line tool here just like I did last time. I like the line tool because shit. All right, that one's good. Cannot use that. My hand slipped. Can you guys see better now? Damn it. What's the moral of this story, Ernest? Whenever you do a drawing, save it in high resolution. Do not make the mistake you did. And save your file in a low resolution. You will cry about it later. But at least I don't have to start all over. All right, and I'm on the last of the letters. Sometimes I have to turn my iPad stand in different directions because it blocks my hand at times. That's the one bad thing I'd say of this program, is that it's weird because it saves a video progression of what you're doing every time you draw. So it's, you know, saving all this information into the memory of the iPad. But what it doesn't save is your actual progression. Like if I could have just gone backwards in the drawing that I did and then save it into 1080p or high resolution that I need, I wouldn't have to be doing this. I know, maybe that's a flaw in the program. They can save your video progression but can't save or can't let you start from where you were drawing last. And so if you save it, bam, that's it, it's done. Whereas with what is it called? Procreate. Procreate allows you to go back even if you've saved something and revert to an older format. Which is definitely helpful, as you can see here, because if I had that option, I wouldn't be doing this again, but I think I'm done. All right. It's just the thing is that if I'm going to direct to garment print this, you know, I just want it to be perfect. I think that does it, finally. I think that does it. Finally. This is now ready for print. Let me get rid of this area here. Just make sure I don't have any print marks on here. Heck, man, I think that's so cool. I may wear one myself. Let's see what it'll look like on a red shirt. Just try to move this over to red real quick. Curious to see what it'll look like on a red shirt. We'll call this red background. Oh, you mean I already have a red background? Really? That I did not know. I already have a red background in there. In Creative Cloud, I don't think I do. Yeah, I don't think I do. For some reason, this is already called that. Let's go back here, and I want to call this red background 1. Because I have no clue what the other one is. Save that there. Now let's go pull it in over here and see what it looks like. Hi Priscilla, how you doing? I love them too. I think the Carpenters were cool. I'd have to change that color there, which I could do. So I don't know if I like the red. Let's try the blue. Do I not have a blue? Oh, I do right here. If I can open this up large enough. Oh, that looks really cool. I think that would look good in gold, but you know, nothing's going to look good as the black. So I'm just going to keep that as black. Let's go ahead and save that to an image on my iPad. Let's go ahead and open my image up on that iPad. That's what we're looking at. There's the image again. Is there anything that is... just that at the bottom then? This and that part and the bottom need to be fixed. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that done really quick. Oh yeah, wow, how did I not see that? Okay. Whoops. Whoops, what am I doing? All right, I think those were the areas that I had to work on here. And so what I'm going to do is save it again. Go pull that up. Take a look at it now. That is a lot better. R, the P, and the E need to be However, I wonder, just to save myself some time on this, wouldn't it be nice if that logo You guys notice the new Facebook change on your iPhone? It's kind of weird. Aha. Dude, really? That would be cool. Interesting. Yeah, it looks like they're pretty much all of those Carpenter words that are hand drawn are pretty pixelated. So my idea of trying to find that and is not going to work. Alright, so I just have to go back in and draw the areas again. Darn it. I really should have saved that artwork. I just hate when I do stuff like that. The R and the P is what I was working on. Oh yeah. See how that's all pixelated there? That means that when I print that, it's going to show up. So we're just going to deal with that really quick. Best as we can. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, we do want it looking as close to the original as I can get it. Had a little rendering issue there with my pen. Did you see that? You guys looking at what I'm doing here? How you doing, Troy? Priscilla? Charlie? Brandy Rubo, how you doing? If you guys are in the t-shirt printing business, you're seeing a very cool way to do t-shirts right here. Get your iPad. The days of, the days of the old methods of how we used to make our art is gone. Long live the hand artists. Whoops. My pencil size is at 3. That makes sense why it's not. It's a little too far out. Let's just make sure, Ernest, you stay on that line there. Should not really be any reason to go off that line. Oops. Got to back out twice. 3 times. It's just a matter of finding out where the pencil is going to lay down the color, and then once we know where that's at, I can just go ahead with the straight line. Alright, let me fix this area right here. I just made another error. Gotcha. My R and my P, how does that look? Yeah, William, that is. This is a Carpenter logo you requested. Been working on this for about 2.5 hours. There is no easy way to do this because the people that have done it before me have made it impossible to grab the image online. So I had to redraw the whole damn thing, and last night when I was drawing, I forgot to save it in the right resolution. I go to open it up this morning, I'm like, it looks like crap. I cannot present this to anybody when it looks terrible. Now, you know, if I was doing like a vinyl cutout or something, oh no. Gotcha, okay, cool. Everything there looks okay except for this right here. I just want to make sure that's sharp. fix this R. That's ready to print. Finally. I can't see anything in this that would prevent it from looking pixelated when I print. So finally, after about 3.5 hours, that is complete. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. All right, Will, hopefully I'll see you today, Will. I'd like to have both these done in your hands today. Will help out a lot, my brother. You'll be the only one with what I'm going to do with this. I promise, I promise, Will, when I put this into what I'm going to do with it, man, you're going to love it. It'll be the only one like it on the earth. So, brought to you by a Tonkaver there. That's the XL one, yep. And then I should have the small one. I don't know, Will, did you want both of these in XL? One XL and one small? Which is the other one you're talking about? Is that the standard logo or the standard, like this one right here, which I have to redraw? Is that the one you were talking about? If it is, lucky for me, I can redraw this in a few moments. They live, we sleep. The alarm going off, beep, beep. Okay, yeah, I can redraw that one. All right, so who just joined? Brett Anderson, small. So the other one is a small, right? I'll get that done, my friend. This is brought to you by Brother Ernest. And I'll get on that second artwork. What color did you want this in? Well, not this one here. What color did you want that in? This is off of their album, by the way. So I can put that in a black, I can put it in a white, I can just put it in whichever color it needs to go in. And because I don't know, Will, what you told me as far as the color you were interested on that. So I don't want to do both of them the same color if you don't want them both in the same color. No, Will, what is the color of the logo? What color do you want this right here? I know the shirt's white, but I don't know the color you're after. Okay, no, that's the shirt. What color do you want the logo, Will? Thanks, Brett. This is off their record album. Well, I mean, the best I can, Will, would be to do them in a dark color or like a cream color, but anytime you go dark, it's going to look good. Anytime you go white, we need to use a dark image. I would think that would just be very cool in something like a glitter. So let me know what time you want to meet today, Will. I am free like around, 12:30 to 1:30, like an hour there to meet up at the Dunkin' Donuts, where we normally meet up there if you want. So let me get off this horn, man, and then I'll go ahead and come back, everybody. I'm going to... be back in just a little bit with my next video called Confessions of a Former Flat Earther Part 2. Part 1 is a great video that I did, and I think that most people will be able to understand where I'm actually coming from. Just trying to seek and find as much truth as I can. So stay tuned, and I'll come back in just a short amount of time with Confessions of a Former Flat Earther Part 2 Reloaded. Alright, so everybody, I'm just working on... Hi, Omarcito, what's up? We can meet over there at Moe's. Hey, Omarcito, your message, man, rocked my world, brother. I hope you keep researching, man, and I hope you let nobody make you afraid. Don't let anybody make you all afraid of the truth that you're researching. The truth that we're researching is very special to us, and all of a sudden, the one thing that'll make you stop researching truth, everybody, is being sported on by people or made fun of, which that's pretty much all that a person has left once they've been refuted, is to just make fun of you and belittle you. So don't let people make fun of you, all right? Don't let it get to you, because they're making fun of you simply because they don't understand. But we live inside of the concave earth, and that is the celestial sphere you see above us, and it rotates. It's so very cool, and it's the completion to the models. It is the answer to the flat earth dilemma of this right here. The flat earth dilemma's star trails. Flat earthers cannot explain how star trails work. 12:30, we can do that, Will. I hope I'm done by then. I should be. What time is it? 10? Yeah. There you go. Isn't that so cool? We live on the inside of the concave earth, people. There's a big celestial sphere that's above us, and it rotates. That is how the star trails work. Inside of that celestial sphere is an octahedron, which powers the sun and the moon There's the southern star rotations. I just showed you guys this on my MOVA constellation sphere that's spinning over there. And once you understand this wonderful star trails, you get where we live on. All right, everybody, I got to get back to work. You guys have fun. I'll talk to you later. I'll come back with Confessions of a Former Flat Earther Part 2. I just want to get this off right here so that at least that's the last thing that is shown. There you go. So we're going to go ahead and finish. So long, everybody. Hold on, everybody. I'll be right back. All right, so let's see where we're at with this. We're gonna bring you guys over to the first one that I did, but this is the zombies. So I'll go ahead and get this peeled. I need to move my cord out of the way so it doesn't bother me when I am. There you go, that'll work. And that should give you guys an idea of what I'm doing, though there is a cord in front of the screen. Let's just go ahead and lift that up out of the way. Okay. Although this is not really the best light that I need to be looking at because that light's like a yellowish light. Damn, none of my lights work back here. So I'm doing this shirt in a method that's going to make it last forever, if you will, or outlast the garment. So the shirt itself will start to break down before the print or the image does. So that'll be probably a lasting, what, 20-year shirt if somebody takes care of it right. Very easy to do. Don't know where my bifocals just jumped off to, but I really need them right now. Man, I just can't really see. Why isn't that plugged in? This might help me a little bit more. This little light here. Let's see if I can't just place it maybe right down there, and that might help me, and I'll turn this one off. Don't know if that does better. Hi Holly, how you doing? Give me just a second. We'll be peeling this in just a few moments as long as I can see it. Got to be really careful in these areas here. Man, I got to tell you, that's actually... Any of these come off wrong, the face will ruin. It won't look right, and I'll have to cut another one. So I have to be super careful here. And while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and share this to a vinyl group that I'm a member of. I think people will want to see that. All right, so I shared that in just a few places that have some interest in this. This is the Zombies Carpenter logo. It's pretty funny, actually. I just got done drawing it. This that I'm using is vinyl adhesive, and then I'm going to come back with some foil over this, and the customer wanted this on the zombie one on a black shirt and the other one on a white shirt. And so I'm just going to kind of take that white shirt that I was working on earlier, and we're going to make that a I don't know if I want to do it in gold. You know, the normal album for the Carpenters of this kind of design was actually in a gold or a brownish color. But since I want to do this in a foil, I'm thinking about a gold foil. And you see how easy this stuff is? Wow, what a job easily done. And so I just want to be careful that I look around and see what I'm peeling off. I need to look at my logo over here and make sure that I'm not peeling what I don't want peeled off. And it's very simple to make an error because you can't really see this stuff. We want to make sure all the teeth stay on there. I want to make sure we get around his head and we don't get the part that we don't want. Now see, I've got so much of this stuff I may as well just go ahead and tear it all off. It's actually being problematic down here. Now I could have direct garment printed this and just been done really fast, but the customer wanted something very special. And you guys know Brother Ernest, I'm going to go above and beyond customers' needs here, customers' want. The idea is to make them say, man, that's such a cool shirt, but you know, for the most part, people, they're not like that. They're like, you know, looks cool. It is hilarious at times. We're just working out all the facial cavities here. Making sure we get those up. Heather,
Yeah.
what you doing, baby?
Nothing.
What do you want for dinner tonight, baby?
Just be able to see you.
Just to be able to see me. I love you. I'll see you tonight as well. Just to be close to you. Yeah. All right, we're almost done and ready to print this, everybody. Man, I don't like that weeder tool. Don't like how it has a backward. I think that's for a left-hander is what that's for, actually. I bet you'll want one of these shirts, baby.
Maybe.
The Carpenters are cool.
Oh, I like the band.
I'm on top of the world looking over creation.
Yep.
And while we're doing that, I'll make Samuel's last shirt. I'll go ahead and get that done right now. All right, this is ready to go. So make sure there's no stragglers hanging on this thing, because that'll mess up a whole image. And this foil, unlike regular vinyl, you know, you can't go backwards. Vinyl you can lift off. This foil, if a tiny little piece is left behind like what we have right there, then it's going to show up on the garment and throw the look off. And then there's no way to get around that. We just want to make sure there's nothing on it. Easiest way that I check what the thing looks like is right there. That kind of gives me an idea. Carpenter. All right, so let's get these pressed. This one is right over here. Hi, Ashlyn. How you doing? I'm just going to go ahead and lift that up on the table here. And I think on this one we'll go ahead and use some gold foil, because that's what the customer wanted. Gold foil, and I think that one was what, 10.5? So on the foil, everybody, it's real simple. You're working at 305 degrees, about a medium pressure. And makes everything simple. When my workstation's clean. Ha! When is my workstation ever clean? My workstation is like never clean. So many jobs we have to do that, you know, we just get kind of direct to garment printer turning on. Getting ready for some printing. I have to go meet a customer here in just a second and then get a special order off to the United Kingdom. Then I have to come back and I've got to print 26 shirts for a local basketball group or league here, which I'll take it. 26 shirts at 15 bucks a piece. Because I do all their printing for them, I cut them a discount. So long as I can find my... Just want to come over here and do a print head nozzle check real quick. And then I'll be right back with you all. Let's get that print head nozzle check done real quick. Alright, so let's get this shirt ready to go. I'll go ahead and move over my items that I needed real quick. Let's go ahead and make this. What did I measure that at? Alright, gonna run a head cleaning real quick. This one is ready to go. It's perfectly lined up. Right at about 2.5 fingers down. This is for a female shirt, so. And I was looking for a ruler just now. Just want to make sure I cut the right size foil. So I can get away with 10 inches. Okay, let me get my cutter. Alrighty then, hope you're all hanging on. I'm just right over here cutting my foil. And I want to run that at about 10 inches, 10.25 inches. Finished. Let's go ahead and get this pressed down. Going 5 seconds on that. Now we're going to come back with foil and I'll show you guys a really cool trick that you can do to cool your foil down. You can cool your foil down really quick. Easy as can be. Can't have an easier peel than that. And see who all I've got with us. Hi Larry, hi Steve. I do hate weeding the translucent carrier, Renee, absolutely. Hi Ashley, hi Ferris, hey Charlie, and Holly. Yeah, you know, this is just a very cool logo that I had to draw because I could not really find the ones that I really wanted. Sometimes we get lucky and the ones what we want is already made. It's already drawn for us, but you know, sometimes that's not always the way it works. All right, now usually with foil you don't have to use a cover sheet, but in this case I'm going to use a cover sheet because I'm not working on my swing away. So when I use this press here, it is a very aggressive lift rate, or you know, to lift your design up. So we're just going to go down on this one, 5 seconds. All right, let's go ahead and I'll show you how you can peel this stuff really quick. Here's a little ancient Chinese secret that I use. Let me go ahead and see what my print head nozzle check real quick. Got my transparent page ready. That way I can do a really quick print head nozzle check. And hopefully all of my lines are firing properly. which they should be. Let's go ahead and take my shirt. Now, what I normally do with my shirts, this is still hot, everybody. I just take my shirt right on the glass window, and that's all you need to do to cool it down. Just a couple of lines over this thing, and that's already cooled down. I can feel it. Just bring it right back over here now. I'll let it cool down just a second longer while I come over here and do a print head nozzle check. That's ready to go. It doesn't have to be that cold, but my printer's ink pad is nearing the life, so I've got to reset my ink pad. Give me just a second to come back over here. I'm working on a hack printer, so you know when you work on hack printers, Epson's telling me, hey, Ernie, you're not using real Epson ink. Yeah, I know that. This one now you go for 10 seconds. And that seals this shirt to last for years. Not bad, huh? Wait till we do the next one. So the next one they want it on an XL and a white, which, you know, always black is going to be better. But, you know, in the color of shirt. So they just want a white shirt. Let's stick with the customer's wishes, you know. Customer's usually always right in some cases, not always. I like to just go ahead and get my presses on the shirts done on all the spots. That way it can just be done. Kind of gets all the wrinkles out. Hi, baby. You want a Carpenter shirt?
Yeah, I'd wear it.
I'm looking. Give you guys another look at the Carpenter shirt real quick. That's pretty hot, everybody. From hand-drawn design and creation in under 2 hours. So I hand drew that into my iPad, that and this one. And then I turned those images using Adobe Sketch into PNGs because printing on PNGs is so much easier. I've got to do a wick reset here. Because although I have a hacked Epson printer over there, everyone, I honestly think this shirt would look better in black, but you know, he was adamant about wanting a white shirt. I don't know why. He gave me explicit control over what I print for him, so. I'm just going, I think these might be a matching his and hers, so I'm just going to override them. And I mean, it's still going to look nice on a white, but I'm going to do a black because the amount of money he paid me makes me just want to upgrade him. And then that way there's, you know, matching shirts going on. Best thing to do. Let's go ahead and put this one back in my shirt box. Because I'm not comfortable using that. This is going to be a very cool image.
Are you almost ready?
Yeah, I'll be ready.
Out there.
Is she? Okay. What time is it?
1:36.
Jesus.
You have to be ready for it now.
Huh?
She's messaging you.
Well, I'm not ready.
She says, come on.
Yeah, okay. What am I going to do? Anybody talking to us, baby? What do you want for dinner tonight?
Whatever you want. Stephen Thorne.
Hi, Stephen Thorne. What's up, brother? All right, let's take this shirt. You want to put the camera up here so they can see me? All right, so I'm finding the center mark in my Carpenter's image. Check this out. For those of you, let's look down here. For those of you that like the Carpenters, they're saying it's hard to see. The image is right there. Now I can close this real quick and make it easier to see, but let's turn on this back light real quick. Then it'll be a little easier to see. All right. Heather, your door. Like this. So what I'm doing right here, Heather, you just want to man the camera or guide the camera. Finding my, look up to me, baby. Finding just my center line in this image. Heather, do you want to pinch the end of the image right down here at the bottom? One. Pinch the top. Pinch it to where it folds, baby. Okay, good girl. That should be enough of a fold. I think I can barely see that fold. You want to bring the camera over here so they can see it, baby?
If you need more time, I can run loose in the herons.
Hingo. I'm just not playing parental prisoner to a child. That's one of the things that irritates the daylights out of me. Okay, so this one was a full 12 inches. And I'm not going to be able to print that direct-to-garment image right now until I reset my ink counter. Want to bring them over here or something, or just keep them interactive? Alright, back over here. If it's still hard to see everybody, I'll just try to dim the light here and that might help you. Did that help at all?
No, William Morrow's watching.
Okay.
It's okay. I would leave it like that.
Any questions from anybody? Comments?
Is that a heat press glue you cut lean and press?
This is what's called vinyl adhesive. It's an adhesive vinyl that works with foil. Perfect. Great. Standard rule that I use is 3 fingers. Alright, so that shirt is now, this one's going to be finished. Just want to make sure that I did not move the foil sheet, and I don't think I did. Great. Going to get that pressed. We're going to go down for 5 seconds. Bring it back over to our window here, and Heather, you can follow me when I go to the window. It's just a very fast way to pull your shirt off because these are cold pills. Anytime you have glass, you're going to instantly cool off your shirt by doing this. Man, I should have made myself one of these shirts because I'm telling you, they look cool. I can already see it. This is still conducting some heat there. All right, can they see or do you need to bring them around?
I can see.
All right, let's go ahead and get this peeled. Come look right over here, baby. Dude, that looks cool. I'm telling you, man, that looks wicked. What do you think, William? I hope you like it. I guarantee you, of this foil, there's only one on earth like this. And you've got it. Now we're just going to go down on this for 10 seconds. Come check this out, everybody. Bang, 3 fingers, perfect. I told you, William, it was way better in white, in my opinion. Way better a black color than doing white. So check that out, both shirts as you requested. Hand drawn in under 2 hours. So this one's your small shirt. And that over there is your extra large. So thanks, Jerry, for hanging out with us. Thank you, Rachel, for hanging out. Please give my channel a subscribe if you're brand new, if you like watching t-shirts hand-drawn or printed. Hey, oh, is that Jared? Jared Hill. I think that might be the guy from that does videos on Bella shirts. Wow, dude, I can't believe you tuned in. That's amazing. Hi, Renee. I cannot say your name, but in Japanese, Larry Preston. Stephen Thorne, my brother. How you doing, buddy? Love you so much. Hope life is doing good for you. Renee, Ashlyn, Ferris, Charlie, Holly Hughes. Okay, everybody, thanks for joining. Please come back later when I do a couple of direct-to-garment prints. I have to run these over for a friend of mine. For a happy customer, we'll just go ahead and put these in their t-shirt bags that we put them in. I can guarantee you one thing, everybody. This is a cool shirt. So check us out at Boston Digital Printing. 1 hour hoodies and tees right here in the Boston Framingham area. I've got you covered with direct to garment, with vinyl, with screen printing. What else do I do? Vehicle wraps, vinyl printing. We got you done. We got you taken care of. Just give us a call. And we'll do one more just like this as we end the video so you guys can see right here. There you go. Check us out. What's the one on the right? The one on the right is the original Carpenter image that you wanted, but Carpenters with an S. All right, everyone, take it easy. We got to go. We'll see you real soon. Well,